How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I completed the Moonshot mini seasons. I also picked up Heimer Candelario as well as Jock Peterson. Will be making another gameplay. Just kind of debuted a couple cards in the last one, Kerry Carpenter and Jock Peterson, and then throughout the mini seasons I was able to parallel them up to the tier 4. So that's pretty good. We have 5 times multiplier for home runs, but we're leading off the game here with Tony Gwynn, and he hits the very second pitch of the game out for a home run, cutter inside. And that's a power hitting version of Tony Gwynn. Definitely a solid right fielder. I wish he would have played left field as well as a secondary, but we're using him out in right, and then we have Kerry Carpenter in his secondary in left. But we start this game off with 2 solo shots in a row, back-to-back home runs to begin the game. And we are playing on all-star difficulty. I'm at about 590 rating or something like that. Started off at 550 for this season. Heimer Candelario in his debut at bat. Not a bad hit, not a bad swing. Pitch a little bit below the zone. Waited back on it just a little long and hit it good, but just nice play from the shortstop there. And then go deep there with parallel 5 Anthony Santander. I was able to get a couple cards to the parallel 5 tier. I was able to get Anthony Santander, Ted Williams, who I actually took out of my lineup, and then Francisco Lindor as well. Got Ketel Marte up to the tier 4. That card is really good. We're facing him right here. We got Satchel Paige on the bump, and Satchel Paige is kind of an interesting pitcher in this game. I think he can be a top pitcher as the opponent hits a home run here. Outlier fastball. He was ready for it. First at bat for the opponent's Harmon Killebrew. Brand new Moonshot card. Definitely a good card. But with Satchel Paige, you really have to focus on 3 pitches. You have to use the 4-seam, the sinker, and the slider as your main pitches. You really want to try to use the screwball a little bit more than the curveball, but not that much. You have to be very cautious with those 2 pitches, because I think the curveball and the screwball, I think curveball is the easiest pitch in the game, as we hit a perfect on one right here. I think it's the easiest pitch in the game to hit. Screwball is a little bit tougher, but really not that much more difficult. I think the harder difficulties you're playing on, Legend, GOAT, obviously the curveballs and the breaking balls are way more effective in that. And here we barely missed one. Got a couple of opportunities in the 2nd and 3rd inning. Just wasn't able to capitalize after hitting 3 solo shots there in the 1st. The opponent took out Yamamoto, who I've actually had a tougher time hitting, and started off the game well against him in this one. I noticed that my confidence was dropping down a lot more. I'm not sure if they updated something. It seems like there was a game update. I think I saw some people talking about it. I'm not really 100% sure on exactly what it is. I'll have to check that out a little bit more. I was just trying to finish off the mini seasons and then play one game to debut some of these cards. But anyway, notice a couple things with defense. It just appears visually to be a little different, and I noticed it right away there when the guy hit the ball to Ketel Marte to start the game off. Just looked a little different when the guy was reacting to the ground ball. But anyway, we're facing Tatis here. Did not throw a good sinker. Luckily, the opponent appeared to get on top of it there. Maybe just dropped the PCI, but maybe not far enough. I'm not quite sure what happened, but you really have to kind of mix in, like I said, the fastball, the sinker, and the slider. I'm throwing the slider a lot to the inside part of the plate right here, and I'm going to definitely have to mix that up as I get later into the game. But we are able to kind of minimize there. 1 run through 4 innings, not terrible. Someone told me that you can't have a good outing with Satchel Paige. I just kind of thought that was funny. Satchel Paige is definitely a good pitcher. You just have to really know how to use him. But I'm not going to get to use him anymore. That opponent quit out after that home run from Ketel Marte there. Not the best idea there to leave in Mark Davis. He was in the red, so that's why the PCI was getting larger and larger. I missed an opportunity with Tony Gwynn right before that, but not terrible with a couple of those debut players. Now we got a bunch of these packs. I thought this was my first 90-plus card, and it turns out to be Harold Baines out of a headliner. But that is the headliner featured card in that one. Just was hoping for a way better card once I saw designated hitter. I'm like, I don't even know who that is. But anyway, just finish off the video with some packs here. Fast forward at 2 times the speed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video as well as enjoyed this Moonshot content. I think it's great. I am going to be looking to use a couple more of these cards. Maybe that Colt Keith over there at 3rd base might sell Heimer Candelario. Don't really know because we got Team Affinity coming out. But I wanted to at least try some of these cards out. And I probably got about 75 packs for free just by completing all this stuff. But until next time, I'm College Lefty, and hopefully you enjoyed. Peace out.